turnout is the worst measured quantity in the survey research field, has been for 60 years. We've never gotten it right. It's the dirty secret, and it's essential for doing any kind of analysis of election.
To some extent, turnout is an unknowable thing, because there are unknowable things that will occur that will depress or encourage turnout almost at the same moment that people go to the polls. We should stop internally in the journalism field, we should stop saying among likely voters. I think it would improve us if we started saying things like, if turnout is low, this is what the result will be. If it's a moderate turnout election, this is what it will be. If the African American community turns out at the same level it turned out in 2012, this is what the result will be. It's a much more nuanced issue.
18 to 24-year-olds just don't like to answer cell phone polls. They don't like to answer internet polls. They just push it away. Originally, when internet surveying was starting, the criticism was, you're going to miss the old people because they're not online yet. That was never the problem. It was always the problem that they did not get enough young people because young people had something else probably better to do with their time.
The landscape of the polling industry has changed in the last few years, and it used to be there was a gold standard of pollsters. In recent years, even the last year, we've seen a lot of new people emerge that we know nothing about, and partially that's because internet polling has become more prolific. Before, we kind of used to know what they were doing and trust them, and now we really have to vet them.
We have an enormous amount of data now. If the survey firms will release the data, we can geolocate those respondents and start to fill in a lot richer picture. That gives you, as a media outlet, a better way to visualize the electorate. You can see where people live, where the trends are. Are people moving over the course of the election in one area of the country toward one candidate and in another area of the country toward another?
81% sounds like something that is, pretty confident, but it could be the same thing as 52-48, or it could be the same thing as 51-49 with enough sample size. And those things could mathematically be equivalent, but they sound different and give a different sense of confidence.
We have a candidate like Trump who has changed the way polling is reported. He creates a lot of confusion. He cherry picks the poll and says, I'm ahead, which gives us an opportunity in the media to kind of break in and explain this a little bit more, whereas before we may not have had to deal with that.
I think we have to do our best to convey accuracy, right? And precision or lack of it. When we're writing stories and we're telling stories about polling in general, we should use a language that conveys the level of precision that we have.